Ми підняли питання сьогодні зупинки.
After that, we will be able to, if we understand that we have the opportunities to discuss this plan seriously. I think there will be a trilateral meeting then. Of course, all of this needs to be done before autumn. I believe we need to work hard on this. If it were up to us, this meeting would have already taken place in July. But not everything depends on us. Today, we raise the issue of halting European funding for organizations, including sports ones, that allow Russian athletes to compete under the Russian flag in international competitions. Most of those athletes clearly support the war and have ties to the Russian military. It is very important that we pull things out of the drawers, and we are implementing this now. But of course, both the Carpathians and the Cloud, they will have to fulfill that main task for today after a long, exhausting war. For all the tasks that I set for both Fedorov and Syrskyi, because it cannot be done separately and saying that someone is to blame and someone else is not. The question of closing the sky. The question, yes, the question of a normal, if one can say so, face of mobilization. All of this, until the war is over, will have to be done together, in the union. Unfortunately, such a union did not happen earlier. Of course, I believe that Mykhailo is also on the team. I offered him several positions. The last position, not to go into the details of all our meetings, the last position was a Vice Prime Minister of Ukraine. After that, we will be able to, if we understand that we have the opportunities to discuss this plan seriously. I think there will be a trilateral meeting then. Of course, all of this needs to be done before autumn. I believe we need to work hard on this. If it were up to us, this meeting would have already taken place in July. But not everything depends on us. The Americans want to meet, but we must not forget that the Americans focus on Iran. Things in Iran are not as good as everyone would like. This is a problem for us regarding anti-ballistics, regarding the Americans' attention to Russia's war against Ukraine. We will fight for peace. We will fight for diplomacy.
Ukraine has expanded its long-range drone campaign deep inside Russia, targeting Wildberries logistics facilities for the first time. The online retail giant, often described as Russia's Amazon, has emerged as a new target in Kyiv's effort to disrupt Russian logistics. Ukrainian officials have said the campaign aims to weaken Russia's supply network while bringing the effects of the war closer to Russian territory. Ukrainian drones struck two logistics centers operated by Wildberries in Krasnodar Krai and the Stavropol region, according to reports. Regional authorities said the facilities in Krasnodar and Novinominsk sustained damage during the overnight drone attacks. Russian officials said one employee was killed and several others were injured in the strikes on the logistics centers. In a separate attack, a Ukrainian drone strike on an oil depot in Armava killed another worker and triggered a major fire. Authorities said more than 16 drones targeted Armava, where falling debris ignited an 800 square meter blaze at the fuel facility. Ukraine also said MiG-29 fighter jets struck Russian assault positions in Kursk Oblast to slow advances toward the Sumy region. Kyiv said the aircraft used GBU-39 and AASM Hammer precision-guided bombs against Russian assault groups and drone positions. In Crimea, Sevastopol Governor Mikhail Razvozhayev said Russian air defenses shot down 4 Ukrainian drones overnight. Razvozhayev said air defense units and mobile fire groups successfully repelled the latest drone raid on the city. Meanwhile, Russia said it carried out overnight strikes against Ukrainian military targets in the Odessa region using precision weapons. Moscow claimed the attacks hit port infrastructure, fuel storage depots, and 2 vessels allegedly carrying military cargo. Russia's defense ministry also claimed it destroyed a Neptune II coastal missile battery near Kovalevka in the Odessa region. The Russian ministry further said a Novaya Popta logistics hub allegedly used to support Ukrainian military operations was also struck. Meanwhile, Russia claimed its Seva group of forces captured the settlement of Volokhovskoye in the Kharkiv region. Russia's defense ministry said its forces also struck port facilities in Odessa, Kornomorsk, and Mykhailo using precision weapons. Moscow said Geran drones targeted Ukrainian logistics hubs and military vehicles operating in the Chernihiv region. Russia also claimed FAB-guided bombs hit Ukrainian military positions near Shirovo, Dobropoli, and Orakov. The Russian Defense Ministry added that 222 M3 and 295 MS strategic bombers carried out scheduled patrol flights over neutral waters. Amid escalating tensions with Russia, several NATO nations are now shifting onto a wartime footing and preparing for potential conflict. Across Poland, warning sirens echoed through multiple regions as part of a large-scale nationwide inspection of emergency alarm systems. On July 12, Poland carried out a nationwide siren exercise under the codename Alarm 2026 to test emergency readiness. The alarm network was activated to simulate the threat of a large-scale aerial strike targeting Polish territory, according to reports. The Alarm 2026 drill forms part of Poland's nationwide preparedness program in the event a wider European war erupts. Poland has also begun a fresh series of military exercises, with the large-scale drills reportedly commencing on July 20th. The training will reportedly involve Poland's regular soldiers, military patrols, and a wide range of combat equipment across multiple locations. The heightened preparations follow the Telegraph report claiming the United States warned Poland about a possible Russian attack. Washington reportedly informed Warsaw that Russia could potentially launch strikes against Polish territory if tensions continue escalating. Poland's foreign minister has also cautioned that Russia could stage some provocation aimed at raising regional instability, according to reports.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Have you ever wondered what happens when a banking dynasty meets tides of world history, intrigue, and a dash of myth?
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.